Since the dawn of time, cats have played a special role in human civilization. These fuzzy feline companions played a critical role protecting their families from rodents of all sorts. They were even worshipped by ancient Egyptians thousands of years ago. Nowadays, they're a mainstay on the internet doing silly and cute things on YouTube. Needless to say, cats are beloved by many people, while others are just allergic to them. These guys make my eyes water and my nose stuffed up, but I love them anyway. But for every adorable thing cats do, there's an equally mischievous action right around the corner. Whether it's knocking things over, tripping people, or clawing at furniture, cats have certainly earned their reputation as the rude jerks of the pet world. And the indie developers at Double Dagger Studios thought, let's make a game about that. Enter Little Kitty Big City, a game where you play as a cat who's lost and has to find their way home. This indie game has been in the works for quite a while now, and I've been keeping an eye on the cozy looking title. In Little Kitty Big City, you're just a cat doing cat things, and I love it. Hey, didn't another game where you play as a cat come out years ago? So for hopefully a more mellow game, let's take a look at Little Kitty Big City and see if it was worth the wait. You play as an adorable little cat, stretching the big stretch, when, you fall down the windowsill, landing smack dab in the middle of a huge city, with no idea of how to get back home. Along the way, you meet all sorts of interesting animals, with lots of side quests. Sometimes you'll be collecting objects, catching birds of prey, or finding fish to increase your stamina. You'll need that stamina to scale to the top of the biggest buildings this game has to offer. For a small indie game, there is a lot for this little kitty to do in this big city. And like the title of the game itself, this game is very adorable. Like, I know, it's a cozy game about a cat. Of course it's going to be cute. But the visuals are just gorgeous. The cell shading reminds me a bit of Wind Waker mixed with a Saturday morning cartoon. I love the expressions of your feline protagonist, showing a surprising range of emotions with an unrelenting cute element tied in. The areas you travel through look great too. They've really nailed the scale of each location, making them feel huge compared to your cat. Exploring as a cat is seamless as you scale fences, crawl through holes, and who could forget ripping through the time-space continuum portals found in the sewers? Wait a minute. Yeah, the game is very silly, but in the best way possible. Each character, including the feline you control, is very well written, and I found myself smiling through many dialogue exchanges. You'll find yourself genuinely liking these critters, such as a crow entrepreneur, more on that later, a desperate duck parent looking for his lost children, or the dog who lost his balls. Tennis balls, that is. Though he probably lost his other balls a long time ago. There's a bug social media manager for a famous cat influencer, a chameleon who's not really good at camouflaging, and many, many more. They're all genuine gems, and I found myself looking forward to finding out what each character had to say. I wanted to find as much as I could while exploring this big, big world. Can I just say, while I did have fun exploring, it really is easy to get lost when things eventually opened up. Fortunately, there is a map you can get when this happens. Get the map! For the love of God, get the map! I'm not saying you can't figure out how to get around, but if you're at all directionally challenged, it's a must-have. Plus, it's cute. The gameplay itself is pretty simple. There's running, jumping, and climbing as any cat would do. Though there's one surprising mechanic I didn't expect to see. If you want to, you can focus on eating enough red fish to increase your stamina, similar to Breath of the Wild, and make your way back home quickly. This is great for speedrunners, but I think it skips a huge part of the content. I think the appeal of this game comes from the exploration, and seeing what the city holds. And what a big city it is! You have main city roads, houses, yards, a construction site, a zen garden, there's a park, a laundromat, an old school arcade, a shrine. You get the picture. Along with exploration, there's plenty of opportunity to get into mischief. Watch out, ledge! Here I come! Smack! Oh my god! Extremely satisfying. There are humans in this game, though they have no faces. It's a little weird, but I get it. The focus is on the animals. That said, you can interact with the humans in all sorts of ways. Most will walk right by you, but some will take your picture, some will try petting you and you can nuzzle them, and of course, you could trip them up and steal their items, as cats do. They usually get mad and stomp around angrily. It's fun being an evil cat. My favorite thing you could do is capture birds. You could sneak up on these little Twitter birds, flying around the neighborhood. You can also bait them with food you've stolen from the humans. Once they've come down for a snack, they'll be vulnerable for an attack. Just crouch down and pounce! Yeah, you slow motion capture the birds, and then you let them go and get one of their feathers. I mean, what else would the cat do? There are special spots you can find that let you just sleep on random objects, or you can hide in boxes. Because of course you can. The extent the developers went to really make you feel like you're a cat is honestly quite an accomplishment. Every action is done in an entertaining, almost cartoony way that fits the art style perfectly. Each scene has a charming goofiness to it that's not overbearing and contributes to the overall cozy vibe. You can tell this game was inspired by the Goose Game, as while you're not quite on the same menacing level as the gallivanting goose from hell, you're certainly capable of your own brand of chaos. At the same time, you're not an entirely bad kitty, as you help a lot of the friends you meet along your journey. It's good, wholesome fun that had me grinning from ear to ear, even while trying to find out how I can interact with and solve puzzles. But what good is it, exploring the world and puzzles without collectibles? This game has shinies. And no, they have nothing to do with Pokemon. Shiny objects. Objects that range from screws to paper clips that you can find on the ground that you can give to a local crow. At first, he gives you a fish, but if you keep trading with the crow, he'll sell you hats. Huh? What's that? Oh, I see. So, I've been informed that legally, I can't say that the crows sell the hats. I have to say that the crows sell the access to the hats themselves. I don't want to get sued. And if, in fact, you like seeing the cat in the hat, this game tracks. There are so many different hats for your cat to wear, it is astounding. And yes, each one is absolutely adorable. You either get them from the Crow Gotcha machine, or find them scattered around the area. There are so many of them to collect. My personal favorites are the Shark Hat, the Axolotl Hat, the Froggy Hat, and the Devil Hat, because this cat is a sneaky devil deep inside. I'm surprised other animals don't give you hats entirely, but instead, they provide you with something completely different. Emotes! Yes, your cat can strike a pose. Everything from big stretch to yuck and more. The variety of emotion and expressions is quite extensive. This doesn't really serve any purpose outside of being cute, but it doesn't really need to. Sometimes a cat just wants to be cute. Deal with it. Also, the music itself is really jazzy. Feels atmospheric and fits the city life to a T. Nothing ever feels out of place or super tense. In fact, it's very quiet and mellow. I really like it a lot. While I have been praising this feline's journey on the Nintendo Switch, I did run into a few issues with it. A lot of it was glitches. Nothing too crazy, maybe a few issues of things clipping or getting stuck on walls. There was one collectible bone I grabbed for a quest that when a human grabbed me, the bone got patched out of existence, and it was gone for good after that. Fortunately, that collectible wasn't hugely required, but I have heard instances of people getting soft blocked behind environments they shouldn't be able to access, and then they have to restart their game. There are quite a few bugs to find if you look hard enough. It's an indie game after all, so this isn't a big surprise. And I know the devs are working hard to patch out these bugs, so they should be gone after a little while, maybe at the time of this video. Some people might consider the length of the game to be a problem too. I finished the game in roughly 4 hours after all. You can get up to 6 hours of gameplay if you're diligently looking to unlock everything, including hats, quests, collectibles, and achievements. But to me, it was honestly nice to play a cute, cozy, short game. I felt fulfilled, and for such a short game, it was packed with a lot of cute content. In a sea of 80 to 100 hour commitments, this little kitty game is a breath of fresh air. if I wasn't allergic. It might not be long, but it makes up for that with quality over quantity, and I'll take that any day. I am a sucker for indie games, and while I had to wait 2 years for Little Kitty Big City, it was more than worth the wait. Little Kitty Big City is a cute and cozy cat game where you explore the alleyways and experience the characters with fantastic cartoony visuals, witty writing, and unique gameplay that does a good job of keeping you invested in the experience. Mellow and humorous games like this don't often get the attention they deserve, and I'm happy the devs at Double Dagger Studio are getting their time in the spotlight. The talent and care they've put into this title shows, and while there were some minor issues, they've taken that talent and woven it together into a fantastic short but sweet experience. I for one loved my time playing as a curious cat, and I hope to play more of it in my spare time and find all the hats I can. If you're in the mood for an adorable adventure starring a small cat in a big world, Little Kitty Big City is an adventure that is certainly the cat's meow. It makes me wonder though, there's so many games about cats. Why isn't there any games about dogs? Not that one. Yeah, I'd love to see a cute dog game I could play on Switch. Maybe I'll be able to play that some other time. I gotta cut this video short. I gotta take some allergy medicine. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you like what you saw, hit the like button and be sure to check out my other videos too. Special thanks to these amazing people for helping me with the video. I couldn't have done it without all of you. Also an extra special thanks to my Patreon patrons, including Mantelferox and Savacom. You help make every video possible and you all mean so much to me. If you'd like to join our Patreon, the link is in the description below, along with my Twitch and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good night.